As a mom of two small kids, let me tell you why I regret having children.
I regret being a parent. Now, before you come for me, please hear me out.
I regret bringing my daughter into this world. But don't misunderstand, I don't regret her. She's the best kid you can ask for. She is my beacon of hope.
Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but I really feel like, low-key, if you get upset when somebody say they made it to a certain age without no kids, it's because you regret your decisions.
I'm 25 years old with a 1-year-old, and all I can say is, seriously, be careful who you have kids by.
I ain't gonna lie, this I regret having kids trend is crazy to me because it's mostly y'all with multiple kids.
Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Ronnie Beatty. I am here. Y'all seen the intro, man. Let's talk about regret having kids, because I got two. Damn! And a part of me understands why some people might say they regret having them and they don't have regret with their child, but they regret having them in this world. So we're going to get into that. And then we're going to get into just some people who just made some terrible decisions and they literally just regret having the kids themselves. Period. So like, damn, let's get into it. This is not gonna be an easy one. It's not gonna be a light one, but we're gonna try to get through this thing being as fair as we can with everybody. We're gonna ruffle some feathers, rattle some cages, but please like, subscribe. If this is your time back, welcome back. This is your first time here, welcome here, man. But this is my channel, and I'm really hoping to get to 4,000. So if you like the video, enjoy the video, please consider hitting subscribe. But let's get into this, please.
I'm 25 years old with a 1-year-old, and all I can say is, seriously, be careful who you have kids by. An immature baby daddy can set you back. An immature baby daddy can bring you unnecessary stress. An immature baby daddy can stop you from who you are to become. When I tell you, if I could go back, I would have ran. No, I do not regret having my daughter. But I do regret the person that I had her with.
Okay. Accountability.
When I tell you, I feel like I set myself up for failure. I felt like that, and I felt like that for a long time. Until one day, I decided to say, you know what? The only person that can dig herself out of this hole is myself. All I can say is,
that's true.
If you can avoid pregnancy, do it, especially if you're young. Venture off. Make sure the man really loves you, but also make sure the man has qualities and he's showing you qualities that he can be a good father. Being a single mom ain't for the weak. It's not easy, no matter how much is glamorized. It is very difficult raising a child, and it's even more difficult when you're young and unstable. It's harder to go to school. It's harder to work. It's harder to do everything because you now have a child that depends on you.
Now, I feel like she's taking some accountability. She is taking accountability. She is realizing she made some mistakes. She realizing like, yo, I should have did this better. But a lot of other people, this is a good case. Other people, they know, oh, he should have been this. He should have, not even realizing, woman, you let him do it. You let him do it. You gave him access to you raw. You know what I mean? And you had a bunch of preventative measures that could have happened, to prevent having kids. But a lot of women want kids, and I don't blame them. Kids is beautiful.
When I tell y'all, run from the stars, from these toxic men, and do not let them impregnate you. Run.
So I never hear the one thing that'll probably help the majority of you women that wind up becoming single mothers. And that one thing is, make sure that he marries you. Make sure that he's willing to give you his last name. Let our parents vet. Make sure you got a father in your life or a man in your life to be able to meet this person. I never hear any of that. I don't hear anything outside of, don't let this man impregnate you. Make sure that, it's like, why are y'all hanging around and being with men that's not marriage material in the first place? But you'll let him get you pregnant. You'll let him get the best years of you. You'll give up your womb, which is one of the things that is the most valuable about you, because that is what makes you unique. The fact that women can have children, but men can't, it makes you much more valuable in the eyes of men. But
now let me stop Anton right there, right? Because he has an absolute great point about that. That's why you got to vet these people right. That's why you need somebody in your family, like a brother or an uncle or a cousin, somebody in your family that sees you like a sister, sees you as somebody that I'm just trying to protect you. I'm not trying to have sex with you. I'm trying to protect you. I ain't trying to crack. I'm gonna tell you the truth about this guy that you're dealing with. He's a lowlife. He's that type of guy. I can tell by meeting to him, beating him, talking to him, looking at what he scroll down on. You can, I mean, bro, it's not to say that like you can just look at somebody and guarantee who they are, but if you hang around them long enough and ask them certain questions, see how they feel about this. Like, hey, let's go watch the game. Let's go do this. Let's go. Just listen to certain remarks. You can be like, oh, okay, this might not be the guy for you. I'm asking him questions. I don't like what I'm hearing. You're looking for somebody to have a baby with, to marry and all that. Like, that's why you need that dad in your life that you admire. That's why I say meet people's parents, meet people's fit, because the apple don't fall far from the tree. And there's a reason that's a saying. The apple does not fall far from the tree. So I always believe in, like even when you pick a girl, brothers, you got a sister, take her around your sisters, let your sisters vent them out like, oh no, I don't like her. Like the girl's gonna know, oh, she a hoe. Straight up, she hoe. Don't do it. Sisters can tell you that. But why, when it's reversed, they say, oh, y'all don't want the brothers or the dad's advice. Moms is always right? That motherly instinct. They got that power. They got like, I don't like her. This, that. Now, sometimes they're not gonna get it right. But most of the time, they know you and they've been around here 30, 40 years. Trust me, they understand how people's, can, when two people get together, whether they're going to work or not, they've seen enough failure to understand what can be successful. And if y'all don't have certain principles, this will never work. And it's just that simple. But yeah, let's get into some of those comments real quick, right? You can still go out and have fun, but be responsible. My 20s were wild, but as soon as I was ready to settle, I did. I was single for a few years, prayed for what I desired, and a man of faith and family came exactly what I got. Amen, sis. See what they came from. Hold on. See what they came from also. Yes. Do they have a good upbringing? People make mistakes, but it's the mother raising her son with goals. Yes. She's being real. Not a lot of people can have self-reflection like that. Correct. Wait until you married. Marry before you carry. That's a big one. Facts. I comment on that vid. Yep. She's almost there with accountability, but she keeps going back to the man. Correct. The irony is she made all the decisions within the relationship. She said yes to him and she kept moving forward within the relationship to a point. Then she had a child with a guy. She didn't have higher standards of trying to be a wife before having a child. And that is a big thing that people mistake on. Now, I'm not going to say, oh, you wrong for doing it, because shit, I did it. I got my wife now pregnant before we actually got married, but we knew we was going to be together, but then again, that was adolescent thinking in the mind, like, oh, I just want a kid. I want to put a baby in her. I feel like a lot of these rappers that you see having babies with all these beautiful women, it's just because they're trying to build up this super team of roster. They're like, yo, bad chick, and I got babies by all of them. So they kind of feel like they're tied to them for the next 18 years at the very least. They got a pass to hit it whenever they want to because they're providing, they paid, they do so it's something about that. I know it's something about that with guys. Like they may not, it's just like territory, marking your territory. How much trophies can I get? You feel what I'm saying?
Stop it. Get some help.
And I'm just telling you, keeping it real. That's how a lot of men think. But let's get into another video before we go too far.
As a mom of 2 small kids, let me tell you why I regret having children. Of course, I love my kids. I think they're like the best thing in the world. And the reason I regret having children is because I don't think this world deserves children. The world that we live in does not deserve children. This world is so fucked up. And I hate that I brought these human beings here to live this. I'm already here trying to make the best of it.
I can understand that.
And it's a shit show. And I'm going to bring more people into this. And they are the most amazing, incredible just beings ever. And they're so pure and perfect. And the world doesn't deserve them. I mean, I get it. People want to have their families and they want to have kids and whatever. But it's just like so selfish. Like when I talk to people who actually want kids, it's always for selfish reasons. It's always, oh, well, I want a legacy, or I want a mini-me, or like, do y'all not understand or comprehend that these are actual human beings that have needs and that are going to be their own person? So I'm talking to the younger women. Hopefully you're fucking listening, or you have some fucking guidance better than I did. This world does not deserve children. Point blank.
Okay, so I got a lot to say about this one, because she's saying at first I was with you. The world is evil. Who wants to bring kids into this world where inflation is all time high? The rich are just getting richer. The poor are getting poor. But I think I understand it and I get it, because she's saying, oh, they're so pure. And then she said it was selfish to be saying you want a legacy and all that. No, God put us here and said, procreate, keep this thing going. They don't want us to be here being selfish. No, we are supposed to go find a mate, have babies with. Like, if you're a good person, I got another good person. We got to get like this and make another good person, because there's so much bad people out here, And then I think the agenda, let's just flip the script for a minute. Hold on. Let's get into my conspiracy bag, because I feel like I figured it out. I understand what they're trying to do with all this. They want to make life so hard that, yes, people are like this saying they don't want to have no babies, right? But the people who got the money, you know what they doing? Yeah, they cracking. They pushing babies out. And what they are doing is the middle class people who are still having these kids, they want these kids to become the welders, the plumbers, and all that stuff to work for these other. It's a big thing out going on talking about how the world was overpopulated. So they said, okay, we can't just kill everybody. We can't just do this. I feel like the super rich and all the people that's empowered and might be behind that type of conspiracy, there's another way to do it. Make life so affordable. They don't even want to have babies. And now we are actually in a decline of bringing newborns into the world. And I think China's facing that problem. A lot of places are facing this problem, and we're wiping ourselves out effectively. We're doing their job by not wanting to have kids, because the less kids you want to have, the less they got to take, the less they got to take care of. And it's just crazy to think that, like, we're doing the job for them right damn now.
Are they really?
Look at us talking about we don't want to have kids. She just said these are the most pure things. They are just lovely, the best energy, all that stuff, but I don't want to have none. You don't want to have the best thing. And I'm like, do you understand the power of kids and what they do to you when they are born? First, you love them like this. Then you think you know what love is. And then it just keeps growing and growing and growing, because now you're seeing yourself. You're seeing everything you hated about yourself in this other being, and you loving it. So it just teaches you about loving yourself, teaches you how to become, weak and become strong from being weak, and thinking about yourself and, I'm gonna just sleep in and be like you change. And I believe it's an evolution there that is required when you are a parent. And a lot of people will never experience that because they're so selfish. It's a selfish thing to not have kids, actually, and say money's the reason why I don't have kids. So I'm just not gonna have kids. So that way I have more money and time for myself. I want to go on vacation. I want to do that. But you're not even experiencing the whole thing in life. How you were here. You were created. Shout out creative player, go get a hat. But you were created. So why wouldn't you want to also create somebody else to give them the same opportunity you got here on life? Maybe they might be the ones to change it, but we need more kids. We need more people here on this earth. But before I talk too much, let's get into another video.
I regret bringing my daughter into this world. But don't misunderstand, I don't regret her. She's the best kid you can ask for. She is my beacon of hope, my light in the goddamn darkness, because I checked out this bitch a long time ago. But she saved me. She really did. A little adorable ass came to this world and pulled me from the clutches of goddamn Hades. I was done with this bitch, right? I don't regret her, but I do regret the circumstances for which I brought her into. I regret her mom and I not working out. I do, because I come from that broken home shit. And I'm pretty messed up. Y'all hear how I talk on here? I'm messed up, but I'm working on it. I truly am working on it. I'm taking a long, hard look in the goddamn mirror and addressing my own issues. But I regret not giving her that stable 2-parent household. But as a man, you can only take so much goddamn disrespect. And I knew, it was gonna be a goddamn fight when she was here. I knew it was gonna be hard, but I was up for the damn challenge. But respect is everything to a man. You can't keep disrespecting a man and expect the world.
Hold on, come back,
It's
brother.
not fair to her at all to be born into this shit, to have to go through this shit, because parents didn't have their shit together when they brought her into the world. She's always asking for a sibling, and I cannot in good faith confine another human being to this earth, to this land of goddamn suffering and pain and shit. I can't snatch another soul from the abyss and confine them to this damn mortal shell of pain and suffering. I can't do it. And I know she's sad. I know that makes her sad. And I tell her no, that it ain't that simple. But luckily for her, she's an amazing kid, the friendliest kid you'll ever want to meet. Fantastic at making friends. So she's never alone. And she'll play with a complete stranger wherever we are.
Now, I do want to say I like that he's, I like what he's saying about that. You know what I mean? At least he's being honest with himself. You want to bring the kid, you want to get, because I couldn't imagine not having no siblings, just being here like, yo, I'm the only one here. Like when the parent, because you gotta take care of the parents, man, as they age and get older. You got to do so. I mean, the more the merrier. Like I always said, I wanted 10. I would love to have 10 kids right now, a whole 10 piece of kids right now. But I know how hard that would be. And if my money was better and I was able to do that, hey, I would do it. Hey, give me 10. I don't care. We're going to figure it out.
Hell no.
Whether we got to buy land, start growing everything, be self-sufficient, live simple, easy lives, hey, we're going to figure it out and we're going to make it happen, man. As long as we got each other, I believe that. So I'm a big family man, as y'all can tell. But yeah, I think it could work. But
y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but I really feel like low-key, if you get upset when somebody say they made it to a certain age without no kids, it's because you regret your decision to become a parent. And I'm a parent, I can speak on it. I had my baby at 25, and I still have friends to this day that still don't have no kids, and they brag all the time about not having kids. It don't make me feel no type of way because I'm secure in my decision to become a parent. I love my baby down. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love being a parent. So them celebrating the fact that they are not a parent yet, it does not affect me at all. I celebrate it with them because yes, this is something that you don't want to do. I'm proud of you. You accomplished this goal of reaching this age without becoming a parent. Our goals are different. Our lives are different. I'm happy with my decision. I feel like it's all the same if somebody said, oh, I made it to 28 without ever getting a pet. We all have the options to go get pets, right? You didn't want the pet. I wanted a pet. So I went and got a pet. So I don't feel no type of way, right? Not to compare kids to pets because it's not the same at all. But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to make it make sense, right? It never made me feel no type of way. You can make it to 70 with no kids. I wouldn't feel no type of way. And I'm not trying to justify it by saying, oh, when you get this age, you still going to be changing Pampers. I'm going to be at the club. None of that matters. What matters is that I'm a parent. I enjoy being a parent. You don't want to be a parent and you're not a parent yet. We both have what we want, right?
I believe people are just selfish when they are a little bit younger and they just want to explore. And they're like, I'm so glad I ain't got kids yet. Because I'm like, you don't know what kids do for you yet. You look at all the bad things and that's what you resonate with a parent. Be like, oh, I'm glad I don't have to go through this. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. But it's like, listen, the same regret the same pleasure you see and seeing the things that you don't have to deal with, parents, they deal with that because the reward is so much better. The reward is so much better. It's not just, oh, I got this kid that, like, no, you got a little version of you that you can raise to be better than you, and you can do stuff for. You see what I'm saying? Like helping people out gives a lot of people joy and not just being selfish. Like, oh, so what? You got to go on a couple vacations. Like, so what? You got to go to a couple more concerts. You got to go out to the bar more. You got to run around. You got to watch more TV without doing anything. But that's no fun in life. That's not real life. That's artificial living.
Okay, that makes sense.
Real life is having kids and raising them. I'm sorry to tell you that, but once you have that kid, you'll understand what I'm saying. Hold on, let me burn this down. Y'all see, I'm creative player it out. That's all I wear is my stuff. But yeah, and they rolls right back up. Damn. But yeah. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand what we going through. Y'all don't understand why we feel the way we feel about these kids until you have these kids. So it's not I don't take no disrespect, but they say, oh, I ain't glad I ain't got no kids. But I say, damn it, you ain't got no kids because you can't find nobody to procreate with. You can't even keep a man. You switch men like, come on, knock it off. You ain't got nobody that want to, a lot of the time, you don't got nobody that want to get you pregnant for real. And then at the same time, you may be a little too judgmental on who you pick and choose as a man. You might be insufferable, unreasonable, and a man be like, hell no, I don't want to deal with that. Have you ever thought about that? That's why I always look at the people who be like, oh, I'm glad I ain't got kids. I'm 32. I ain't got no kids. Woo. I'm be like, shorty, don't nobody want to have kids. No, nobody want kids with you. Now, when men say that, I get that. Because they like, yo, I know I'm going to have to be a provider. They're really being responsible. But here's the thing with the women in their 30s, you got a certain amount of time before you can get pregnant and at least have a good pregnancy, a good healthy pregnancy. That's all I'm saying. You can get pregnant further and I guess, but I'm just saying to have that healthy, you don't want to risk nothing and all that, just want to get it in. Your prime years would be more so in your 20s to have them kids. Just like our mothers did, our grandmothers did. They didn't wait till they was 30 to try to start having babies and start a family. Like, I don't know why this is our new generation, but I swear it's because of money and selfishness. Listen, these new ideas about kids and all that stuff just so happen to come with all this social media stuff. And we know what social media does for us and to us. It's bad. It's nothing good. So everything that's came in this last couple generations from this type of music, all that, like, it's all been a cancer to our success and our growth. And it's did nothing but destroyed us rather than bring us together. So when people are making decisions and the things that they are saying, I'm looking at everything that they have available to them. And I'm saying, oh, that's why you're feeling like this. But if there was no Wi-Fi, there was no social media, there was no all this stuff, you'd be like, yo, I'm trying to have me a family. I don't need to know what everybody else is doing. That's the problem. Comparison is the killer of joy. Oh, I see somebody on a beach on vacation. Oh, I wouldn't be able to do this if I had a kid. I wouldn't be able to go here, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, yo, that ain't the joys in life where you can go and what you can do. Now, some people might enjoy it, absolutely. But real life, real deal life, just like honey buns. You see what I'm saying? Like, honey, you can't just eat honey buns, Skittles, and Now and Laters and Reese's. Like, that ain't the real shit. You need the vegetables. You need the fruit. You need the meat. You need the, you know what I mean? You need the real thing. Like, you got a sweet tooth for life. Okay, I get that. But at some point in time, that stuff it has no substance. Just going around visiting, that's selfish of you. You had a chance to create a whole nother life. Think of that. Because women will say, oh, well, you came from a woman. We are the most beautiful, precious, powerful things. We can make babies. Okay, I agree with that. Cool, let's do that. Let's say that. And look how you wasted it.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
You wasted. You can create life, right? Ladies, you can create life and you don't even do it. You choose not to even do it. So you can be on vacations and be in a club and be drinking, smoking, running. Like, come on, man. I'm sorry, that don't make no sense to me. That's not where that's not where I would tell my sisters. I would tell my daughter. I wouldn't tell, you know what I mean? Like, nah, I would want you to, have you a family. Cause I'm telling you, having your own family, it's just something about that. And until you get it, you will never understand. And unless you was part of a good one and you never really, you probably won't get a taste of it that way either. But having your own family, it's just something about it. But before I talk too much, let's go ahead and get into the next video.
Ooh, look at this tweet, y'all. It's a doozy.
More mothers feel like this than they let on, and this is a major reason why I'm not having kids. In addition to me just wanting to be able to maintain my independence to the fullest capacity, I am personally not able to justify making a decision that I cannot undo or change that I may not enjoy. And this is something that I've talked to my mom about, who is a mother who has expressed throughout my entire life that she loves being a mother. It was something that she essentially always dreamt about doing. And she waited a good long time to have me. My mom was 40. And she is one of the biggest supporters of me not having children. She has always said to me, if it's not something that you want to do 110%, don't do it at all. And I feel like I see too many people taking having children lightly. Like, oh, babies are cute. Oh, it'll be fun to have someone love me unconditionally and take care of me when I'm old. But first of all, there are no guarantees that your child is going to love you unconditionally. Unfortunately, it's just the truth. There's also no guarantee that they're going to take care of you when you're old, nor is using your children as a retirement plan a good thing to do. Also, for me personally, I feel like I have too many mental health challenges that could possibly be genetic for me to be having children. I would not want to see them suffer the way that I have. Not to mention, I get overstimulated very quickly and I need a lot of alone time to recharge. And I could not imagine having someone near me all the time that is solely reliant on me and dependent on me for all of their needs. Also, like, the world is falling apart and I would not want to bring somebody else into this mess. But yeah, saying all that to say, I really think a lot more people should really consider if they really want to be parents or if they're just doing it because it was prescribed to them as something that was like socially
acceptable? Like this.
Enough. I'm tired of hearing it. Shorty. Hit the road. Hit the road. Pack it up. Hit the road, shorty. Cause listen, I knew it. Listen, if your mom, listen, all the ladies out there, if your mom is telling you you should not have kids, it's because they know you are crazy. They know you are selfish. They know this is not for you. You cannot do this. You see what I'm saying? Now, whether they want to take responsibility for raising you or whatever, sometimes, like she said, I'm mentally unstable. I forgot what else she said after that, but I knew it's something. I promise you, I never fails. Everybody who says things like that, it never fails. There's something wrong with their head. There's something wrong with themselves, that the way that they think and are like, listen, I'm telling you, they're either selfish, mentally unstable, lazy, don't like, that's why your mom's like, please don't do that. Please don't have to, because mom is going to be the one raising that kid. She ain't going to be raising that kid. Tell you that right now. Now, we're going to look at some comments on this one, damn it. We got to. My mama always say, you going to change your mind. Girl, I'm 25, and I knew since I was 17, it ain't for me, for real. Yeah, I'm telling you. And this is her friend. It says friend. This is her friend. They running packs. I'm telling you. Child free is the best way to be. See, we're going to get all of them on there now. Maybe not everybody, but I'm telling you, most of them, bro, they are just like this. I'm a firm believer that if it isn't enthusiastic, yes, it's absolute no. I see the appeal, but life is hard enough. Yeah, I'm a mother as well. Wouldn't recommend. Side note, marriage as well. Married 24 years and wouldn't do it again. Okay. I used to hate getting up for school. Now I have to do it for 18 years. I feel like a slave. I literally will quit anything I don't like. How would I quit being a mom if I don't like it? See what I'm saying? I mean, but these are the type of examples I'm saying. These are the type of people. They're lazy. They're selfish, mentally unstable, unmotivated. Like, just, I barely want to feed myself after a 10-hour work, let alone come home and to feed someone else. That's what I'm saying. But here's the thing. All of this can change. All of it can change. Once you have that kid, you think you love something. The kid changes you. And a lot of these women, they need it. I tell you right now, and the men too. It changes the men just as much as it changes the woman. Like, y'all fully be like, okay, this is no longer about us. You put all the selfish stuff aside and say, this is about this little baby. This is about this little kid here. We got to come together and work through. So you realize, like, oh, let's forget all the BS. We don't got to argue. We don't got to be together, but we got to be here for this little kid. You know, it's something that we both got to care about, that we both done, we both was a part of, and now we got to raise something. You see what I'm saying? We're responsible for something. But yep. Look at that, rich auntie all the way. No profile picture. Knock it off. You ain't rich. As a mother with ADHD, take the plan B. Child free by choice. Yeah. See, everybody in these comments is probably going to agree with her because they're like her, which I say that's a large number of women. This is the new generation of a lot of the women that we are dealing with. They're like, I'd rather just be stress free. And I guarantee you it's all led by money. If there was able to be money, you can have nannies, you got family, you got the community, you got everything that you need to raise a kid. I guarantee you this would be different. They'd be like, no, have kids, but that's not the case here. Thank you. But I mean, if a woman like listen, I'm all for it. If mom say you don't need to have no kids, I believe mom. Mom know you best. She say no, trust me. If you, don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Cause you're not finna drop these kids off of me. You know what I mean? They know you better than anybody else. I'm telling you that right now. But yeah. Oh man, we almost 30 minutes in. I wonder, should we go ahead and go through some more? But here's what we'll do. We'll save this for part 1 and I'll come back with a part 2. You feel what I'm saying? And make sure y'all tap into this. YouTube thinks y'all gonna like this video or this video. Please do me a favor and subscribe, man. Like the video if y'all really like it, man. And I will see y'all in the next video. Once again, my name is Ronnie Beatty and I'm out of here.